Alabama's WVUA News at 10 with your award-winning news team. John Huddleston, weather with Richard Scott, and sports with Gary Harris.
And good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. How many unrelated people should be allowed to live together in certain tornado recovery zones? That is the issue Tuscaloosa city leaders have been considering in recent weeks. At the heart of the debate is the fear that if the number is not kept under control, high-density student housing would be constructed at will, and that would lead to the demise of some residential neighborhoods. WVUA's Travis Leader has more in tonight's top story.
The City Council adopted an amendment that would allow up to 4 unrelated people to reside in a dwelling unit in an apartment building or a mixed-use building in an MX5 district.
This means 5-story apartments could soon occupy portions of University Boulevard in Alberta. And some nearby residents say this could lead to some very unpopular developments.
We fear that that makes Leland Shopping Center in particular very attractive to someone who might want to construct a high-density student housing development.
Alberta City Council Representative Kip Tyner says the Leland lot could be used best for other types of commercial development.
We would love to have a hotel in Alberta, and there's been some interest, some great interest in that, and if we didn't have MX5, we couldn't have a hotel.
Although many Alberta residents share a vision for mixed developments, some citizens are wary of what type of groundwork can be set through this amendment.
If you're going to start putting high-density housing right across the street, or the possibility of right across the street from our brand new school, where are the families going to live?
And although this could happen with the new zoning, City Planning and Development Director John McConnell believes businesses will provide Alberta more than just student apartments.
In my opinion, I think it would be unrealistic. The beauty of the zoning districts that have been adopted are they really allow the free market to work.
In Tuscaloosa, Travis Leader, WVUA News.
Some citizens who spoke at tonight's council meeting expressed concerns with certain 5-story developments in Alberta, but they were more accepting of developmental proposals such as Wood Square, which was the former home of Hobby Lobby and Chuck E. Cheese. Well, one area of Tuscaloosa that sees a lot of traffic could soon be getting a big makeover. Residents of that area say they hope to see improvements in traffic and in landscaping. WVUA's Daniel Sparkman with that story tonight.
The curve where Hackberry Lane and Hargrove Road connect sees a lot of traffic and, on occasion, an accident.
It's one of those intersections that could be potentially dangerous, and I think with this, with the roundabout, the traffic should be able to flow a lot smoother.
And this roundabout idea seems like something good for traffic flow, other than a traffic light that has not worked.
Councilman William Tinker says it's just a matter of time before residents start to see change.
It's in the works. It's just a matter of getting the funding for the construction part. But we already paid for the engineering or started the engineering part.
The area could also see a revitalization thanks to the plan for a new city wall, but not everyone is on board.
Some of the neighbors are concerned about privacy issues. However, the city's promising plenty of lights and a camera set in.
And I know a lot of people are very concerned about particularly the walkways. My own feeling is that it's a kind of if you build it, they will come. You know, the whole idea that they'll use them as crime paths, but that's not true.
We hoping that just having a place where people can walk, we hope that just kind of connect the whole city, what we're hoping.
Resident Ann Gibbons says people of Tuscaloosa should view this as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
We have an opportunity to rebuild now that I just think it's our one chance to be a lot better than we are.
In Tuscaloosa, Daniel Sparkman, WVUA News.
And other residents we spoke with are opposed to the prospect of roundabout at that intersection for fear that it might infringe on their property. Well, another improvement project, this one aimed at water and sewer renovations, was announced at the Tuscaloosa City Council meeting tonight. After complaints from the community, Rosewood is set for renovation to its sewer system. Now, as the pipes have aged, they have struggled to handle the added capacity needed. WVUA spoke with the director of the Water and Sewer Department, Jimmy Junkin, who says that this is a great chance to start again with a fresh sewer system.
Like I said, back to the 50s and older in some cases. This is an opportunity to get in there and get them done right. As everything rebuilds, start from the bottom up.
Junkins says this is the first step in a much larger sewer renovation. Well, on your home team Crime Watch tonight, a preliminary hearing has been set for the suspect who allegedly shot 18 people last week. According to the Tuscaloosa County District Court clerk, 44-year-old Nathan Wilkins is scheduled for a preliminary hearing on Friday, September 7th. Now, Wilkins is charged with 18 counts of attempted murder and 2 counts of shooting into an occupied building. He was charged in shootings at the Northport home and the Copper Top Bar. Authorities have also tied Wilkins to an arson case in Brookwood and are investigating another arson case in Northport. He is being held on $2 million bond. Now, according to DCH Regional Hospital spokesman Brad Fisher, 1 patient remains hospitalized tonight in serious condition from that shooting. Well, continuing on your Crime Watch now, a University of Alabama student has been charged with rape. The alleged incident took place in Oxford, Mississippi last week. The Oxford Eagle reported that police there charged 25-year-old Price James Tracy of Tuscaloosa with rape on July 16th. A University of Mississippi student told officers that Tracy assaulted her on the previous weekend. He was released from the Lafayette County Detention Center on that same day of his arrest on a $5,000 bond. Also on your Crime Watch tonight, 51-year-old Vanessa Jones Mujahed of Tuscaloosa has been charged with robbery. Now, police say they were called to the Buddy's Food Mart on 15th Street just after midnight. Authorities say the cashier told them the suspect had a gun and demanded money, but she left the store without getting any cash. Officers were able to identify the suspect and took her into custody at her residence. Officials say she is also being questioned in connection with another robbery. A small fire at the Patey dormitory on the University of Alabama campus left 1 construction worker injured today. The call came in around 1:45 this afternoon. Tuscaloosa firefighters responded. The fire was extinguished before crews arrived, but 1 construction worker did burn his hand in the blaze. Firefighters inspected the area before allowing workers back into the building. No students are currently staying in that dorm. And 1 construction worker was sent to the hospital after falling 3 stories. That accident happened at Boulevard Lost, which is located across the street from Tuscaloosa City Hall. Fire rescue officials say that the worker fell 40 feet onto a concrete slab. The man was taken to DCH Regional Hospital. There is no word on his condition tonight. Well, let's change gears to get a first check on your home team weather forecast. For that, here's Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. Richard, good evening.
Hey, John, good Tuesday evening to you. Temps are still mild tonight after those highs back in those upper 90s this afternoon. 84 now in Tuscaloosa, 86 back in Birmingham, 82 down in York and Linden, 85 Utah. No rain to talk about today across southeastern U.S., only rain happening really over Bibb County, tiny shower earlier this afternoon, but even that has gone to bed for the night. Just some ground clutter out there, but no rain to talk about. We'll stay dry all the way through our Wednesday. It's going to be another hot day. Heat advisory in place, so take it easy if you're going to be working outdoors. 93. That'll be our lunchtime temperature. 98 by 4 o'clock. Heat index values could approach 110. What about the rest of the forecast and rain chance just down the road? Your home team weather forecast is coming up. Stay with us.
All right, Richard, thank you. Well, new at 10 tonight, the Tuscaloosa Metro Animal Shelter will soon see some major renovations. Now, the overhaul could come with a price tag totaling more than $200,000. The improvements will go towards new cages along with new flooring and paint jobs. City officials hope to finalize the deal in the near future and start working on the project this fall. Crystal Sanderson with the shelter says they are excited about the upgrades.
We need it, you know. I think they've been there since 1994 or 98, so they're much needed.
Now, the renovations will not make the building any bigger, so the number of animals they can take in will stay the same. Tuscaloosa has been named one of the top 10 best barbecue cities in the U.S. Now, the honor came from livability.com, a national website that highlights more than 500 places to live and visit. In a recent list of great places for barbecue in the U.S., Tuscaloosa surprisingly came in second place. WVUA's Mary Beth Harrison takes you on a tour of some of the best BBQ in the Druid City.
Kind of talks about Tuscaloosa. It's not just dreamland, and it's not just the other places. It's a it really speaks well for Tuscaloosa and all the good barbecue we do have here. To say that I was surprised, I wasn't. We are dreamland. We are better than most places, and people recognize that.
Slab and half of ribs together.
Yes.
Best in Tuscaloosa.
Moe's is the best in town.
The best wings in town.
Moe's is all things Southern. We do all the meats you find barbecue places: wings, ribs, chicken, turkey, pork, all that. We got all the home style Southern sides, collard greens, mac and cheese, all that good stuff. So, we do the meats, but also all the Southern home cooked side. Archibald's, Dreamland here at Moe's. There's a lot of good barbecue in Tuscaloosa.
Archibald. They're the best around, period. They're not number 2, they're number 1.
We cook on an open pit, old pit. I said, flavor the pit.
And it's in the sauce.
It's in the sauce.
That's right.
Well, what makes us stand out from other restaurants, I guess, would be our made-from-scratch items that we put on the table. We don't have any freezers in any of our stores, and we kind of pride ourselves on the fact that everything is, if it's not local, it's coming from somewhere close by, and we are supporting our community.
Well, it just goes to show, you know, we're in the right business. We hope to be very successful, and we love to be in this community.
And here's a look at the other top cities coming in the top 10. Rounding out the top 5 are Tyler, Texas, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Greenville, South Carolina, Tuscaloosa, and coming in the top spot, Lexington, North Carolina. For a shortcut to this report, just go to WVUATV.com and click on Numbers and Links.